No, your eyes do not deceive you. I'm finally back to making chimps guides for BTD6 on YouTube. If you've been wondering what I've been doing the last few months while I've been away, I've actually been super busy filming a new movie called Inside Out 2. It's in theatres in June, so make sure you check it out. I'm playing the character Ennui, as you may well imagine. So please check that out. Go watch the movie in theatres. It should be really awesome. But in any case, let's jump into this Midnight Mansions guide and we can talk about what I've been doing these last few months as we go along. So start by placing a dart monkey in that top right corner. And then one right below it. And then one in that top left corner. I took far too long for these placements. They're not precise at all. Just place them about where I placed them and you'll be completely fine. These dart monkeys do nothing past like round 10, so don't worry about it too much. Super chill guide, to be honest. The only hard thing is ability timings in the final 10 rounds, but this is an advanced map, so you should be pretty comfortable with those by now. During round 7, or at the end of round 7 really, get your 4th and final dart monkey below your left dart monkey. And now it should look pretty symmetrical for now, which is nice. And yeah, these 4 dart monkeys will let us just save up to Gwen. So full disclosure, this was actually filmed during update 41.2, the day before update 42 came out. But I'm still releasing it as a video because nothing in this run actually got nerfed. Gwen actually got buffed, so that just makes the run easier. During round 10, turn off auto start so we can place Gwen at the end of the round. Place Gwen in that top right corner, and I recommend not using the Hala Gwen skin because it's actually a bit bigger than the other two and it makes placements harder. Even though the model is the same size, it just looks bigger and so it's harder to actually see where you're placing it. So I recommend using either of the other two skins. I'm using the Firefox Gwen because she has the pet. At the end of round 12, get your first druid to the left of Gwen, but as top right as possible, and it should be able to see straight down that line. So the red part should be literally a 90-degree angle. Keep auto start off for now, just because we're trying to be safe for round 15, but then after that you can just turn it back on. At the end of 14, get your second druid, place him below Gwen and the other druid. And the left part of its range should look about how you saw it on the video just there. Just place the second druid as high as possible and you'll be fine, not a big deal. And at this point you can turn auto start back on, like I said. When you can, get a wizard monkey in that top left corner, but make sure he's a bit closer to the top track than the left track. So put him a bit to the right and you'll be fine. And then just start upgrading him to a wall of fire. This guy's going to be kind of an early and mid game carry. This mid game is honestly really fun because Gwen buffing Dragon's Breath will never not be good. Get wall of fire during 21. I kind of forgot for some reason, but as you can see you don't really need it for 21. But yeah, just get it earlier. And then upgrade that wizard monkey to a 022, so monkey sense before 24 obviously, because we need to kill that camo. And now it is pretty much completely AFK until we afford D-Breath before round 33, because round 33 is actually kind of annoying on this particular strategy if you don't have D-Breath before that round. So yeah, just chill for now. All these rounds are easy. For 28 you can use Gwen's first ability. You don't really need to, it's just RNG prevention. But what you should really do before 28 is buy hard thorns on your bottom druid, so not the top one, very important, but on the bottom one, and that will alleviate any of the RNG on 28 and 30 with the leads, because we give the bottom druid lead popping. Before 33 starts, get D-Breath so we can kill those yellow camos. They're pretty annoying, to be honest with you. Like a 0-2-2 Wizard Monkey kind of just fails against the yellow camos, which is kind of brain dead, but anyway. And then just start upgrading that bottom druid to a DOTJ, Druid of the Jungle, one of the best towers in the game, still. And you can get that during 35 before 36, not that it matters because your Wizard Monkey will just completely destroy 36 anyway. The nice thing about Midnight Mansions is you can't really afford discount villages because there's like only 2 spots that a village could possibly go. So we can kind of just buy everything the way it is and not have to worry about placements. After you've got your DOTJ, place a Wizard Monkey as high and as right as possible to the left of your top Druid, and then upgrade him to a 1-2-0, so Wall of Fire with Guided Magics, and then place the Wall of Fire on the intersection of the track, obviously. You'll get D-Breath mid 39, and you don't even have to use Gwen's first ability on round 40, as you probably saw. The Moab popped even before the Wall of Fire, so you can chill. Before 45, remove that, or clear the top right cabinet, and then place a village there as bottom left as possible, and then upgrade it to a 1-2-0 radar scanner. The reason we need to do that is on 45 we have purple camos, which nothing can hit except the Druid of the Jungle with camo detection. So you can get a 2-2-0 before 45, and that'll do the trick nicely for 45 and 48, which both have camo purples. And yeah, this is pretty much our entire mid game. We're going to add a few more towers, and that will just carry us all the way to getting Spirit of the Forest. Get Jungle's Bounty mid 48. And that will just completely cook 49, obviously. There's a bit of a Saram rush on 49, but with J Bounty, that's not really going to be an issue. And then before 50, you should turn off auto start. You don't really need to, you can definitely do this while 50 and 51 are going on, not a big deal. But we're just going to play some of the final towers for the run and yeah, make this mid game actually super easy. So place another Druid to the left of your village, again as right as possible. Just try and squeeze him in there. Then to the left of that Druid, place a glue. And then to the left of the glue, place a bomb shooter. Make your village a 3-2-0 and then upgrade your glue to a 0-1-3 on strong. And then just work your way into upgrading that bomb shooter into a 0-3-1 Moab Mauler. Also on strong. And make sure you don't buy any other upgrades. It's pretty important that you don't buy anything else because we're left with about $34 at the end of the run. And that kind of makes round 100 super easy. So don't buy any extra upgrades. There's no discounts or anything we need to worry about, but just don't buy frag bombs on the bomb shooter or don't buy splatter on the glue, anything like that. Follow the guide exactly as I do it and it'll be super easy at the end. And yeah, this is the mid-game setup. This is going to let us save up all the way to Spirit of the Forest, which is kind of nice. We get that before 75, which is super clean. Like I said earlier, for round 60, make sure you use Gwen's Wall of Fire. I don't, and you can see a blue gets past. Now, J Bounty will catch that almost every time, but if you use the Wall of Fire, nothing's going to even get past the bend in the track. So whenever you see a BFB, like I said, just use that first ability and you'll be completely fine. So now we're getting to my most hated round in all of BTD history. 63. You don't have to use any abilities, but you can use the Wall of Fire and Firestorm if you want to. If you want to use abilities, use Gwen's first ability on the first wave, second ability on the second wave, and then first ability again on the third wave, but you don't need to at all. As you saw, I didn't even use Firestorm, not a problem. Now 65 can get a bit interesting. Anytime there's a BFB, you want to use that first ability because there is a bit of RNG. That's just kind of how Midnight Mansions goes. Not really a hard map, but there is some RNG with it. But using Cocktail of Fire, we can alleviate that. So when you see that BFB on the right side, use Cocktail of Fire. You don't have to use that Firestorm there at all, but I just did. You don't need to though. Absolutely not required. And yeah, now you're out of the woods, it's super easy. Whenever there's a BFB, just use Cocktail of Fire. For 72, get ready to use your Cocktail of Fire. This one is actually necessary. Use it when a BFB comes out of the right side. And then buy Spirit of the Forest right at the start of 73. And as you may well imagine, now that you've got Spirit, this run is completely over. Like, it's unlosable pretty much. And the best thing is there's very little RNG because Spirit will just damage it and then catch it. So now all you have to do is start upgrading that Druid that's near your Spirit of the Forest to a 014 Druid of Wrath, and he's obviously going to become Avatar of Wrath, as you saw in the thumbnail. So upgrade him to a 014 when you can, which would be during 75, and then you can just stay AFK for a very long time. For any rounds with a ZOMG from now on, if you feel scared you can use either ability, but you don't need to for the most part. And yeah, you can just chill for a little bit now because we have a lot of time to kill because we're just going to save up money till we can afford Avatar. For 85, use Cocktail of Fire on that right ZOMG. For some ungodly reason, this round is actually harder than 87. But yeah, Balloons is just dumb. It's okay, you can deal with it, no problem. Just make sure you use that first ability. 86 goes down, no problem at all, because Spirit's pretty good. And the heated up buff is also super nice. 87, same protocol as 85, just use that first ability. Don't need to Firestorm or anything, the Cocktail is more than enough. And now during 88, we're really close to getting Avatar by that mid-round, and as you may well imagine, it's Jova. Haven't said that in a very long time. Haven't said that word for months, but it is Jova. I'm bringing it back. Once you've got Avatar, start upgrading your other base Druid to a 014 Pop Blast. We're going to stack 4 Pop Blasts around our Avatar in order to, buff his attack speed and make him actually good. For round 90, use Firestorm when you see DDT. Or if you're like me and you've played this game too much, you probably already know the timings just innately, like I did. So if you like that, then you can just use the ability right before they come out. Then place a Druid below your Spirit of the Forest on that second step on the right side and upgrade him to a 004. Do not buy the cross path. That's very important. Don't buy the cross path on that bottom Druid. For 93, same as round 90, use Firestorm again right before the DDTs are about to come out. And then just turn off auto start so we can place our druids. Place another druid to the left of your right side Dragon's Breath. Upgrade him to a 014. So you can buy the crosspath on this guy, or you should. And then another druid to the left of the one you just placed. And upgrade him to a 014 as well. Again, buying the crosspath because he actually is going to attack a little bit. And yeah, those are our 4 pop blasts. So you can see Avatar's got 4 stacks, which is what we want. Then upgrade your bomb shooter to a Moab assassin. You should probably leave auto start off for the final 2 rounds. You can leave them on for now, but for 95, the same as all the other DDT rounds, just use Firestorm as soon as you see a DDT, and the brand will get crushed. The non-DDT rounds are completely chill. You don't need to use any abilities, and they're going to be even easier in this run, in your run, than they are in this run because of Gwen's new buffs in update 42. They're not massive buffs, but they're minor, but they're certainly going to make stuff easier. For 98, use a cocktail of fire if you want. You don't have to, but I'm just stat padding Gwen because her pop count is kind of terrible. And then for 99, use Firestorm when the DDTs come out, then upgrade to a Moab Eliminator, and then upgrade your village to Primary Mentoring. Then spam the elim ability 2 times, so off cooldown immediately. And then the third ability, wait for that final fin to show a bandage on the bad, and then use the ability. That way, the DDTs will get destroyed by the Moab ability, and then the ZOMGs will just get completely rolled. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the guide. Just a bit of a chill guide before I actually get back into some harder maps.